Guys, if you are long BNGO or BioNano Genomics right now, congratulations, because one analyst just increased their price target by 600%. 600%. And that's what we're going to talk about, among some other things, in this video, so stick around. Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm Richard Allen. We talk about stocks on this channel, and this stock right now is one of my favorite long-term plays. It really is. It's in my long-term portfolio right now. And if you watched my video yesterday about my 10x journey, I'm up 24% so far in the first 3 weeks of the year. So it's going really well. You see that I traded BNGO for a $15 profit. But all I actually did was I took it out of my my swing trading portfolio and I placed it in a long-term portfolio, because what this company is doing, after watching this the symposium last week, this entire thing, we reported on it over and over again, and I know you guys love that sort of stuff from me. So I'll continue to report on this company, but I moved it over to my long-term portfolio because I really think this company is going to continue to pop over and over again, and I don't want to be swing trading it when it decides to keep going to the moon and beyond. So that's how I feel about BNGO right now. So BioNano Genomics, guys, if we look at this awesome Motley Fool article here, why BioNano Genomics stock popped today. A Wall Street analyst's target price hike may have had something to do with it. So Jason McCarthy of Maxim Group, a firm that provides equity research among other services, raised his price target for BioNano Genomics to $14 from $2. He also kept a buy rating on the stock. Shares closed trading Thursday at $8.27, which means McCarthy still sees some upside for the stock. So McCarthy thinks that the price target now is $14 for BioNano Genomics, and I don't think that's out of the question, even in the short term. And there's some catalysts coming up that I want to talk about, a couple next week actually, that we're going to get into in this video. And again, guys, the things that BioNano Genomics is doing with their optical genome mapping Sapphire system is fantastic. Now, what we learned last week is this isn't an architecture, this isn't a system that's going to get rid of PacBio. It's not going to replace Pacific Biosciences or CRISPR's Cas9 systems. This is going to be a complementary system that becomes increasingly a necessity for institutions and labs and schools and hospitals to have on site. It's going to be complementary to what they have right now. And there's so many cool things that BioNano Genomics is doing with different cancers and just finding different structural variants and rearrangements and stuff. It's way over my head, as we've talked about over and over again, but I'm starting to learn more and more about genomics because of this company, and this sector excites me more and more everything I learn about it. So let's jump right over to some of the catalysts here. If we just scroll down and look at their Twitter account, okay? We're gonna read a couple of these tweets here, and then we'll dig into what some of these catalysts are coming up next week. The first tweet here. Excited to see that the study showing Sapphire's unique capability in resolving extreme complex structural variants that can cause genetic disorders called microdeletion syndromes was published in Genetics. And you guys can look at this here. This is Genomics News. It's a Oxford academic publication here, and it is again way over my head. So again, more evidence that the Sapphire system is complementary and doing some really cool things, and I think this is going to continue to become more and more of a necessity as we get further and further into the year, and they'll sell more Sapphire systems. They'll be mapping more genomes. It's really an exciting opportunity for this company. So let's jump over to this second tweet here. Upcoming webinar. Join us on Thursday, January 28th at 7 a.m. PST for a webinar on detecting genetic markers in pediatric leukemias with this director of clinical cytogenetics laboratory here in Children's Hospital of LA. So this will be a cool webinar that I will certainly watch and report back to you guys on what we learn. But this is going to be a cool webinar as well. Let's run over what I think is the big catalyst next week, because we saw, as people learn more and more about BioNano Genomics during the symposium, we saw the price continue to climb. We saw them do more public offerings, and we saw people scoop up those shares like crazy. So with this catalyst, I think there's going to be more room for this stock to go. I wouldn't be surprised for it to hit over $10, $11 next week. But again, always do your own research, please. And I know that this is part of your research when you watch these YouTube videos, but please do your own research on these companies too before you just decide to buy based on these YouTube videos, okay? But look at this tweet. It says, "We are excited to be participating at FOG 2021. That's the Festival of Genomics. It says, "Don't miss our Chief Medical Officer present next Tuesday, January 26th at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on the Next Generation Cytogenics with Sapphire." So I will be, again, very similar. I will pay attention to this. It looks like they're presenting on the first day of the event. So I will be excited to report back to you what we learn on Tuesday as well. So again, guys, I'm really, really excited for this company. I'm excited that more and more analysts are jumping on the bandwagon. It's funny that people are increasing their price targets after the stock ran up so darn much, but it shows you how powerful sentiment is in the market. And BioNano Genomics certainly has a cool story right now, and I think people are really, really excited. This is like a perfect timing scenario for a company like BNGO. We've seen the success of some of the other companies in the genomic space, CRISPR, Invitae, PacBio, a lot of these others, and we're seeing the genomics ETF of ARK Invest, just crushing last year. It was up 180%. It had a fantastic year last year, absolutely amazing. And we're seeing more and more people try to get in on these companies before ARK Invest gets in on these companies. So Jim Cramer talked about this sort of scenario, people trying to get in on stocks before ARK Invest does, right? So we saw it with ARKX, their new space ETF. We saw every single publicly traded space stock out there just skyrocket once ARKX was announced, right? So over the last week and a half, companies like SRAC and Space and different companies that are in that space sector just go bonkers, right? And a lot of that was in anticipation of ARK adding these companies to the ARKX ETF. Now people are assuming that ARK is also going to buy BioNano Genomics. Now that can be a catalyst. Sure, if it happens, BioNano Genomics will almost certainly go up from that time. People will get more excited. There will be more exposure on the stock. However, I don't think this stock is going to be. It's not going to be a make or break moment whether ARK Invest chooses to invest in them. But again, we are learning more and more about BioNano Genomics and what they're capable of, and I don't see a scenario where ARK Invest doesn't decide to put BNGO in the ARK-G fund. I just don't. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not worried about it. I really think that this company has something to offer the world. And again, I think the Sapphire system is a complementary system to the other systems out there. So guys, as always, let me know what you think. I hope you're excited to learn more about BNGO next week during the webinar. And also on Tuesday at the Festival of Genomics. I will be reporting as much as I can, as much as I learn in my layman brain of genomics. I will report back to you. And I think it's good that I report to you in a layman's way, because I don't think we need to be experts in these stocks to be excited about them and to know that they're going to make us some freaking money in the long term. So guys, that is all I have for you today on BioNano Genomics. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I appreciate you. As always, if you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.